Okay, so we're having another look here at Magic Duels Origins on the iPad, coming very soon in July. Also, we'll be joined on PC via Steam, Xbox One, and then a little bit later on PlayStation 4. It is an entirely free-to-play way to play Magic, the world's best strategy trading card game. So we're going to have a little bit of a look now at what exactly it means that this game is free to play. So that is how you earn the coins in the game, the in-game currency, and then how you can spend them. So first of all, the important thing to note is that every single piece of content in the game that you can unlock is earnable through gameplay alone. Mm-hmm. There are no paywalls. There is no content that you can only get by spending real money. Okay. Every card in the game and everything in future that we may add to the game is unlockable through gameplay alone. Mm-hmm. So let's have a quick look at the different ways in which you can earn coins to spend in the store. So first of all, in the story mode, there are 5 different Planeswalker stories that you can play through, each one having 5 levels, and these in turn will earn you 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 for the final one coins. Okay. So that includes story mode. Then in the battle mode, you can earn coins in versus battles. You can earn them in the solo battles versus the randomized AI opponents.
And you're always going to get this currency. Like, you can just keep playing and playing and playing.
Yeah. So we don't have any limit on this. Like, if you want to play again solo battles for 24 hours straight, every time you win, you're going to earn the number of coins as indicated here, based on the difficulty level of the AI opponent that you played against. Okay. So that's 5, 10, or 15 coins. And you can even get them when you play two-headed giant battles and win. Okay. And let's have a look now at building one of our own decks, and then we can have a look at that solo battle mode. So we'll create a new deck. Now, there are 2 options here when we go to creating a new deck. There's the deck builder, which people are going to be familiar with from, say, Magic 2015 Duels of the Planeswalkers, sort of the predecessor to the Magic Duels series. And that gives you absolute control. You choose every single card that goes in your deck. You can tune it down to as far as the number of lands and the type of lands that you put in your deck. And we recommend that one for more experienced players. Mm-hmm. And for those for those kind of players who already play Magic, it's ideal because you literally see your entire collection. You can filter down to, say, I want to look at my red rares so I can find that dragon to build a deck around. But if you're a newer player, you probably want a bit more guidance. So we've created this new feature called the Deck Wizard, and it is a step-by-step way to build your own deck, and you don't need to have a whole load of Magic knowledge already. And I think the best way to show it to you is literally to show it to you. Mm-hmm. So the way it starts off is you choose an archetype. So there's 10 different ones, and they are one for each of the 2 color pairs, and each one has a slightly different strategy. So there's white-black, buff your creatures up with enchantments. There's blue-white, control the sky, which is playing lots of flying creatures. I think we should have a look at the red-blue deck. I think this one's really fun. It's called the Right Tools, and it's an artifact-themed deck. So let's create a new one of those. Mm-hmm.
So artifacts are sort of colourless cards generally, aren't they?
Yeah. So they don't have a coloured mana requirement, and they sort of represent magical artifacts, really.
Okay.
So what happens here is there are 3 different steps in the Deck Wizard, and in each one we're going to be asked to choose a number of cards from a small pool that the game suggests to us. So the first one is we need to choose some cards which get some kind of bonus when we use them with artifacts here. So I think Chief of the Foundry sounds excellent. Other artifact creatures get +1/+1, but let's put a whole range of different ones in here.
Mm-hmm. And the cards are sort of auto-filling again at the top.
Yes.
With new cards. So is it suggesting new types of cards, or how's that working?
So the best thing about this Deck Wizard is, while it gives you options and allows you to fully personalise your deck, all of the options it gives you are really good.
Right, okay.
So everything we see here, like the game is trying to balance our deck to have a really a good mana curve. So if you try to put too many 5-drops in the first stage, it's going to suggest you some cheaper cards later on, such that you're not stuck with cards you can't play in your hand.
Right. Okay.
And it's going to, it's asking us to pick 8 Artifact Matters cards, which we will have done now. And now we complete that step and go to the next one, which is choosing some artifacts. And it's going to suggest a whole bunch here. So here's one that lots of people are going to play with before, Juggernaut. So we'll have a pair of those, and maybe some Powerless Mirror, some early defense. Maybe make some Fopter tokens with a Girapur Gearcrafter.
So all of this is kind of getting you used to building a deck, helping you along, but also kind of encouraging you to actually think about how a deck is constructed. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
it's a very low pressure way to build a deck, because no matter what choices you make, the deck that comes out at the end, obviously there's going to be varying degrees of quality, but you're not going to end up with a bad deck.
Right,
Or
okay.
you're not going to end up with spells you can't play or cards that don't work together.
Yep.
So we'll just fill in the last few, and you see, as I've put in a certain number of a certain card, it then puts a different card up at the top here. So let's try Strider Harness. Then we need to fill out our deck, and it gives you some recommendations. We want to include a certain number of creatures, we want a variety of mana costs, and it's good to have some removal spells, things that answer our opponent's spells and creatures. Got a choice of one of the mythic rares of our collection there, so we definitely want to put that one in. A couple more of these Artifact Matters cards.
And all these cards are based on the cards that will be coming in the new paper set as well.
Yeah. So we've got Magic Origins coming out in July. So players are going to be going to the pre-release and the launch weekend events for that very soon. And all of the cards in Magic Duels Origins are from that set.
We're bringing in.
It's changing the options available to
Yeah.
me based on the fact that I've put in several higher casting cost cards there. So it's going to suggest that I put in some slightly. See, we swapped a 4-drop there for a 1-drop. It's suggesting that I lower my curve a little bit, I guess. We'll put as many of these Frostlinks as we can. Can never have too many cats.
It's true actually, yeah. I think that's a top tip, really. There we go. So,
And then finally, it's going to add lands to our deck for us.
okay.
And it's got a mixture of basic lands and also some non-basic lands here, which produce both of our colours. So they're going to be really good to make sure that we got the right colour of mana at the right time.
Okay.
And then finally, we got a little bit of customization here. Get to choose the sort of design of our deck box. So we'll go to this mage here, and then we choose a background for them. I like this lightning
Oh, very
one.
cool. I like that.
And I'm going to use a bit of magic terminology here and call it U for blue. Artifacts. Done. And my deck is complete.
And there we go.
And of course you can do that in a matter of just a couple of minutes.
Okay, and of course we take that into the solo mode and do all that good stuff as well. Now, say for example, so that you've been picking from the cards that you actually have already. Say I wanted to buy some new cards.
Yeah, so we've seen that story mode and battle mode you can earn coins in all of those. We'll just cover quickly the other ways that you can earn coins in the game.
Let's do it.
So there are quests. So each day you're going to receive a daily quest, and you can swap it for a different one if you want, and it gives you basically a target, something to do, and when you complete that objective you get a number of coins. So here we've got actually no,
Right.
and
Yeah.
once we've counted 5 spells, we're going to receive 40 coins for that. So that's an individual one. Also shown on this screen are your ranking for the versus mode, and then up at the top here we've got the community quest. Now there isn't one shown right now, but let me give you an example of what this might be. This is not something that you do alone. This is something you do as a part of the entire Magic Duels community. So if a individual quest is to counter 5 spells, the community quest for a given week might be counter 20,000 spells.
Okay.
And then as long as you play a little bit of a part, you add your spell counted to that community quest. Once the community quest has been completed, you'll share the bounty for it.
Awesome.
And the final way in which you can earn coins, and you'll see up here with the store link the number of coins you've earned, is through the skill quest system. So I mentioned in our other video that there's this great skill quest system whereby new players, when they see a new card type or mechanic for the first time, are given a little walkthrough on how that works and a little gameplay scenario just to get that new bit of knowledge into their head through play. Yep. And whenever you complete one of those, you will earn some gold. And I'll let you know straight away, playing through all of those skill quests and making sure that you either take on those new bits of knowledge or refresh the rules of the game is a great way to earn coins in when you first start out.
Okay.
But as you said, once we've earned these coins, what are we going to do with them? So, well, let's have a look in the store. You can, of course, purchase coins for money. The exact amounts for those will be finalised for launch.
Yep.
But then, once you've got these coins, let's have a look. So right now you can buy boosters. Of course, this being a game that we're going to be expanding every 3 months with the same cadence of our paper release schedule. Mm-hmm. You're going to see lots of new things coming in the future, and it's possible we'll add new campaigns, new game modes. It's really just a matter of waiting and seeing, getting some feedback from the community on what they would like to see in the game, and then you can expect to see more things added in the future. The one thing I can tell you for certain is that when Battle for Zendikar comes out in October, you're going to be seeing Battle for Zendikar cards right here in Magic Duels.
Okay.
So we've amassed through various gameplay modes some coins here. We already purchased a booster earlier, but let's buy another one now. So we'll buy a booster for 150.
This is the exciting bit. This is the bit that gets me.
Yep, and we got the little unwrapping sound effect and graphic when we open our booster here.
Love that stuff.
Okay, so what do we open? Cool. So our rare here is this Despoiler of the Souls.
My word.
It's a horror, and it can come back from the dead.
See, that's gonna be useful for me, I suppose, because currently when I play Magic, I play green, and I tend to have all my monsters absolutely destroyed all of the time, and so characters like that I can just bring back, and
it will give you something to do with your dead monsters.
Excellent. So we've done that. We've opened up some cards. We've had a look at the collection. We've talked a little bit about the free-to-play stuff. This feels a lot more Magic in terms of the collection and in terms of the way that you build decks and purchase them than previous Magic games. Is the idea of this new game to expand, to continue and expand, and to just kind of be the one game going forward?
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing Magic Duels for quite some time. So previously we have had each summer we've had a new release. You are not going to see a new game come out next summer. Instead, what you're going to see is every 3 months we're going to be expanding it. So it's going to be Magic Duels Origin. Come October, it's going to be Magic Duels Battle for Zendikar, and then so on and so on as we release future sets, and you can see new cards, new booster packs available in the store.